Hey everyone. In this lecture we're going to go over abstract classes. So to start, let me just define one right now. Now I've declared the person class as abstract. What the abstract modifier, what it does is it indicates that in this class we're going to have certain methods that aren't going to have any definition. So let me erase the definition for this print info method and let me make it abstract. So this says that take the print info. We're going to take the print info method, and we're going to remove its definition by putting just the semicolon, and we're going to declare it as abstract. We're allowed to declare it as abstract because we've declared the class as abstract. Okay, but why would we ever want to do this? Why would we not want to provide a definition for the print info method? Well, generally you want to do this when you know that all subclasses are going to have this method, but you don't know what each subclass is going to do inside of here, or when you don't have any kind of implementation that you can provide in your base class. For example, suppose that this print info method, it's supposed to print out something like I am a teacher, okay? Or it's supposed to print out something like I am a principal, or it's supposed to print out that I am a student. So it's supposed to print out one of those three options right now based on whether you're in the teacher class, principal class, or student class. And we could achieve that same effect by not declaring this abstract and just by overriding this print info method, right? Now suppose we add another class like called janitor. Our specifications say that the print info method should say I am a teacher, I am a student, I am a principal, I am a janitor. That's what the specification says. So in order to enforce this rule, basically, in order to enforce subclasses to override this method, we can declare it as abstract. If we go to our principal class, you see how now we're getting a compiler error. We're getting a compiler error because we're not overriding this abstract method. If we override it now, add unimplemented method, we can provide an empty definition, sure, we can do that, but in our case, we have to do this, or we should do this. I am a principal. That's what we should do. We go into our teacher class, and we're already overriding it, but let's just shorten it to this. So I am a teacher. And then let's see here. Our student class, yeah, we're also overriding it, and let's just add print ln I am a student. Alright, fair enough. But why do we leave the definition empty inside of our base class? Why do we leave it empty inside of our person class? Well, we leave it empty because we don't really have any information at this point. We know that the user is a person, but we don't know whether the user is a teacher, a principal, a student, or a janitor, for example. All we know that this is a person, and if the object is a person, then we might not want to print anything about them. We don't really know enough. Alright, so now this poses something of a problem here though, because if we try to instantiate a person, if we say person is equal to new person, we're gonna have this odd syntax. Well, we can't. The problem is now we can't actually create just a type person. We can't just create a person. We can't create a person because we don't have a definition for this abstract method. If we wanted to create this person object right here, we could provide a definition. We could just do, system.println la la la, and then we could do person.printinfo, and this would work fine. This would work fine. But generally, you don't use this kind of form with abstract classes. You usually use abstract classes when you have some kind of function or method that you know is going to be shared by all of your subclasses, but that you don't really have the ability to provide an implementation for inside of your base class. Alright, so to sum up, you declare your class as abstract. If you do so, then you might have abstract methods. If you have an abstract method, then they need to be implemented inside of each of your subclasses, and then you can't actually instantiate an object of type person or of a type of an abstract class anymore unless you provide the implementation inside of the object initialization like this. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next lecture.